Over 60 questions came from the European Parliament's Budgetary Control Committee, after having already spent 150 minutes grilling Mr. Oettinger, who is the commissioner responsible for the budget and human resources, over the promotion of Mr. Juncker's right-hand man. The promotion to Secretary General makes Mr. Selmayr the most senior civil servant and in charge of 32,000 EU officials. Previously, he had been Mr. Juncker's chief of staff, having joined the Commission 14 years ago. MEPs were left aggrieved by Mr. Selmayr's rapid rise to the position, with many questioning the integrity of the Commission as a result. Getty News. Martin Selmayr appointment creates yet more backlash from MEPs. The interaction with Wikipedia was unrelated to the later appointment of Mr. Selmayr. European Commission. Mr. Juncker came under scrutiny after he reportedly hinted, if Selmayr goes, I go, as calls for the Secretary General's resignation. The Commission President told colleagues in his party he would quit if Mr. Selmayr was forced out of his new role. 3 EU officials, who were briefed on the meeting, said Mr. Juncker told European Parliament President Antonio Tajani and Joseph Daul he was upset with the lack of support for the appointment. Question 19 of the report reads, can the Commission clarify whether Minister Juncker was referring only to his role as the President of the Commission, the entire College of Commissioners, or indeed whether these remarks were an attempt at humor, rather, a serious threat? On the back foot, the Commission reply, sanctioned by both Messrs. Juncker and Oettinger, referred MEPs back to a March 23 press conference, in which he said he had no intention to ask Mr. Selmayr to step down. Another question queried whether the Commission had actually told the truth when it said there were several candidates for the role of Deputy Secretary General. The question read, initially it was announced that there were several candidates for the position of Deputy Secretary General, then it was said to be less than 4, then 2 and finally, just 1. What is the truth? The Commission replied, there were 2 candidates for the publication of the Deputy Secretary General post. The second candidate applied for the vacancy on February 8, 2018, went through the Day Assessment Center on February 12, 2018 and withdrew the application prior to the interview with the Consultative Committee on Appointments scheduled for February 20, 2018. Candidates are not required to give any reasons or justification for withdrawing their application. Probably the most bizarre question they fielded was why Mr. Selmayr had edited his Wikipedia page ahead of his appointment. The Commission replied, during the Christmas break, friends, colleagues and family members pointed Mr. Selmayr to inaccurate information about him on Wikipedia. It, for example, wrongly claimed that Mr. Selmayr was a member of Chancellor Merkel's CDU, a party to which he has never belonged. He is in fact, since 2014 a member of the Flemish Christian Democrats in Belgium, where he lives. Other inaccuracies included his religious beliefs as well as points on his CV relating to his role in Brexit negotiations. The Commission concluded, the interaction with Wikipedia was unrelated to the later appointment of Mr. Selmayr as Secretary General of the Commission.